Hey everyone, it's Tay of Shantae Plans and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And welcome to another Planning 101 video. In this video, we will be discussing alcohol ink swatches and how to use them in our planners. I'm really excited for how this series in particular is developing. When I first started doing my Planning 101 videos, they were specifically designed for people who were beginners or new to the planner community. And what's starting to happen is that people will message me and send me requests, which I got a request for this to show some examples of how to use alcohol ink swatches, which I think is a lot of fun and a great way for this series to evolve and allow me to make content not only for people who are new to the planner community, but to also share new tips and techniques and demonstrate ways in which we can use new products and new items in the planner community. Alcohol ink swatches are something I got into probably last fall of 2022, and they have definitely been on the rise in popularity in 2023. And when I first started, I was ordering them from Rose Colored Days, and what I loved about ordering them from Rose Colored Days was that she has a huge variety of colors. I mean, like color categories: pinks, blues, greens, grays, browns, any color you can think of, and then within that color several shades within that color. So you have a berry pink, a light pink, like, so you see what I'm saying? You've a lilac purple, a deep rich tone purple, tons of shades of blue. There's so much variety and so many options there. But I also feel like that was the thing that was making people feel a little bit overwhelmed and unsure of what they should be ordering, what's gonna match the kit that I'm using, how do I know what I need? And so I do understand that that was feeling a little bit overwhelming for people. And what I'm starting to see this year that I wasn't seeing last year, which is really great, is that shops are bringing them in to specifically match the collection so you can purchase it as an add-on. For example, I have the Spring Shops kit from Ink Paper Plan and these alcohol ink swatches, which are an exacted perfect match to this kit because she designed it as an add-on specifically for this kit. So you know already that the colors of all of the swatches are going to match perfectly. So when you sit down to plan with it, you don't have to worry about trying to go through your collection and figure out, oh gosh, what colors do I need to make sure I'm stocked up on in my alcohol ink swatches. You can purchase the add-on that's available with the kit, and it already is the perfect color match. So I pulled out a couple of my alcohol ink swatches just so that I could use it for an example for this video. I'm going to share a couple of different methods and techniques and examples of ways that you can incorporate alcohol ink swatches into your spreads, try to answer some general questions about them, and then if there's anything else you guys want to know about them that I don't perhaps cover in this video, always of course leave that in the comments below and I will try to get back to you and answer those questions. Pulled out the January Mystery Kit from Sadie Stickers, which is the kit that I will be using for this example today, and just dropped down some full boxes in the bottom washi. Just wanted to give myself a little bit of an outline because sometimes it helps me to be able to know what I'm doing when I'm working around the other common elements that would typically be there when I'm planning. So I wanted to go ahead and put that down. This is one of her mystery kits, so you will not be able to find this in her shop. Her mystery kits are a subscription, so you would have to sign up for it to get the mystery kit. So if you're looking for this specific kit, you're not going to find it on her website. But this plan with me isn't about this kit specifically. It is about the techniques that we're going to go over. So and the colors of this kit happen to be good because I have some watercolor swatches that are mustard yellow, which I thought would pair well with the yellow that's in the hot air balloons in this kit. So I was trying to find something in my collection that would match with these swatches because I really wanted to do this video, and I don't have a ton of watercolor swatches in my collection at the moment, so I have to work with what I've got. So with watercolor swatches, you can get a wide variety of different shapes when it comes to these, and particularly, and then of course, depending on the shop that you get it from, the different types of shapes are going to vary from shop to shop. So to a certain extent, like I don't know that I necessarily have any preferences when it comes to the types of alcohol ink swatch shapes yet. And and in terms of just my own personal usage of them, I find all those shapes to be really amazing, and I tend to cut them down, as you're going to see in this video anyway. So a lot of times what I'm really looking for, though, I definitely tend to like things that are either more circular in shape or just like super like splotchy in shape over square shapes. I don't love square shapes as much necessarily for some of the techniques that I do. I tend to find these types of shapes a little bit more useful. I do like brushstroke shapes though, and I've been using brushstrokes even before watercolor swatches, alcohol ink swatches became more of a thing. So let's go ahead and get started with the date cover deco area. What I'm going to do for the date cover deco area is I want to put down some swatches as a background. And that's the great thing with alcohol ink swatches, because it's such a light wash of color. That's what you're going to get on the page. And I'm going to try taking one of these square shapes. I think this should still work for what I want it to work for, and I definitely don't want it to be square. I'm going to cut this down so that I can use it as just sort of a background element in this area. And because I don't want it to be square or blocky in this section, I just want it to give me a nice wash of color. I definitely want to cut this at a diagonal. And what I'm keeping in mind as I decide to do this, typically when I'm on this side of the page, I tend to like the higher edge of what I'm working on to be pointed outward. And then if I'm on this side of the page, I'd want the higher edge to be pointed in that direction. And then for it to slope downward towards the center. That's a personal preference. It's not any sort of hard and fast rule. So absolutely do this to whatever visually makes you the most happy. But what I definitely want to do is, rather than taking this as a square shape, so I wouldn't cut like straight along, like that actually could be kind of cute. I kind of want to cut this at an angle. And my recommendation, if you are new to cutting these types of shapes, I've been doing this for a while, so it's kind of easy for me to freehand with scissors and get an idea of what I want this cut to look like. My recommendation, if you are newer to this, I'd grab like an empty piece of sticker sheet paper, place it down, place your sticker down, and that way it's not going to accidentally stick to the page because you've got your sticker paper there. Oh, hold on, let me, as I'm saying that, I'm the queen of dropping stickers. I'd recommend, like, first of all, the easiest thing to do is like lift up the stickers that are on here, like so that you actually can utilize the empty space around it. So we get rid of all of this. Then you have this open sticker paper. Your sticker's not going to stick to this, and it'll lift right back up easily. So that way you can place things down, move it around, and see where you want things placed. And then you can take your craft knife and make your cut there, rather than trying to do it with scissors, because when you're first getting started with this, that can be kind of tricky to figure out. And the more you do it, the more familiar you'll be with the types of angles and things that you like. And a lot for me is just a lot of just trial and error. I'll make cuts, see if I like them, and I don't always. So I definitely don't want it to come across as though like, oh, I have mastered the art of always getting that cut right. It does not always come out right. But I love this, and see, even in taking something that was very much a very blocky square shape, we were able to get a couple of triangle shapes out of this that are really awesome, and I love this. One of the things that I love doing is switching the direction in which they're coming. So having one come up from the bottom, having one come down from the top. This one feels, it's a little bit long in this space. I kind of am wondering if I want it to be a little bit more shallow, so it's not too overwhelming in this space. So I'm going to layer some things around it, but I still feel like it's a little bit taller than I want it to be. So let's take this down just a bit, which will also give me a straighter cut, because I didn't cut that quite as straight as I could have first time I put that down. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, I like that. a lot. Super cute. I think I want another piece in this corner here. I'm gonna take this small circle and just trying to pay attention to where it sort of leans up. That's so cute. Okay, like that. And I think the awesome thing is just paying attention to the shapes that you have, and allowing it to show you kind of where it would be great to include some fun additions to your spread just based off of the shapes that you have and what you're working with. So for me, it's not always completely knowing what I want to do, but allowing the stickers to help show me and guide me as to how best to play around with them. I want to pull in a garland to accent this, and we're just going to start building our layers on top of it. So we put down alcohol ink swatches. You can layer with any sort of foiled stickers. You can layer with floral stickers. I'm going to do both. But you have tons of options of like where you'd want to go next with this. And I'm doing this with more of the freeform date covered, make your own date cover style. If you are using the date covers that come in the kit, then they're going to, you would want to consider the placement of your alcohol ink swatches so that it wasn't going to be covering up your date covers, right? So if I were going to use the actual date covers that came in the kit, which I hadn't planned to, but it would still be so, it's actually really cute even with the date covers. I like the alcohol ink swatches around that. Well, I might be changing my mind. We might go ahead and use the date covers. Or if you have day scripts, would look so good with this also. But I am finding myself liking the date covers. This is cute. See? So glad I thought that through. I actually really quite like that. And if you are familiar with my channel, you know that I currently plan in a B6 planner, and I'm doing this in an A5 wide planner. Because I have an undated A5 wide planner with blank pages in it that I can use to do these videos. But I very much do incorporate these techniques into my B6 planner as well. And pulled in alcohol ink swatches for this spread, which I really enjoyed. Let's see. I feel like it's one of those things. Oh, I pulled in alcohol ink swatches into my date cover deco for this spread, and this is kind of what I was talking about in terms of just pulling in scripts rather than using the actual date covers. So I've got the watercolor swatches in the background, and I've layered clip art and foil stickers and foiled scripts on top of it. And when you finish it and it all comes together, what happens with the alcohol ink swatches is that they've just added a nice background detail, and so they're not necessarily the focal point of what you're doing, but they add such a nice touch because they bring in some color to the page so that you're not just planning all on white paper, and they add a lot of visual interest in that way. So we've got that down. Let's pull in some floral stickers. Again, I love to splice and dice my flowers. This is just my personal preference. How you decide to incorporate your florals, totally up to you. Do what makes you happy, and what works best for your spread. ready. Some florals here. Okay, so that's one method and technique of incorporating alcohol ink swatches into your spread. You can use them in the background with your deco area. Another way that you can pull it in is in your sidebar. In this spread, again, I not only incorporated the alcohol ink swatches into into the deco area, I actually also have it in the background of my sidebar. And so for me, as I was saying, it's definitely one of those elements that I tend to pull in as more of a layering element and a background element, not so much something that I want at the forefront. And so what I love about it is because they're on transparent matte paper, it does make them a more subtle addition to what else is happening on the page. And so let's go ahead and get started. I guess let's pull in something so that we can create our month section. Let's see what we got here. Their cute little kit. So many fun journaling and layering elements here. I love that hot air balloon. And this is so cute. It's just so super adorable. All of this. I'm only working on this half of the page. I'm going to pretend this is my sidebar, even though I have it labeled as Thursday, which doesn't make sense for this example. But we're going to pretend this is the sidebar. And that I'm going to do some layering here. And I want to... I love this cloud-shaped one. This is so cute. I adore that so much. Got this placed down where I wanted it. Again, I'm utilizing the watercolor swatch as a background image, layered clip art, florals, and foiled elements on top of it. And then I'm just going to trim it off. And this is another great method, even if you go ahead and put your sticker down and it's leaning over into a column and you don't need it there, you can always, of course, trim it down to the length that you want it to be and lift up the other part of the sticker and just take it off of the page. I am working on a Sadie Stickers planner and I want to say her paper is, I think, like 80 GSM. And so it's really high quality paper, and working with a planner of that high quality, it's okay. With most of your stickers, you should be able to place them down and lift them back up without it being too much of an issue. And that is always great. And then especially with transparent matte stickers, I tend to find them to be pretty forgiving when it comes to like putting them down and needing to pick them back up. Generally don't have too many problems with that, so you should be fine. Continuing to build the column as I normally would. I'm like, feel like there's certain things that like I'm so used to doing when it comes to planning that it's just like, oh, okay, I put down my month section. Well, then I need to put down my quote box. That's what comes next. And now moving away from the sidebar, I want to move into an example of what you can do going into the columns. And I really love utilizing alcohol ink swatches within my columns. And again, we're going in, just placing it down so that it's put down first as a background image. You can go ahead and layer florals on top of it, any foiled deco stickers you have. And you can also then, of course, layer your boxes and things on top of it, which is also really fantastic. Let's grab something from our boxes page. See what we got here. This is really cute box. So I want to put my box down, and what I don't want to do is put it where it's at the very top, lined up with the top of this, right? I want to sort of place it so that it's hitting either the middle, the upper third of this, or the lower third of this swatch that I already have on the page. And I want to do that because then I can utilize my florals, decorate around it, also bring in whatever icon I'm going to put down, whatever other foiled elements I want to pull into this. But the placement on this, for my personal preference, I wouldn't want to hit the very bottom of this so much. Actually, I really don't like it being top heavy where there's so much coming out of the bottom. I don't hate hitting the bottom of this as much because I am fine with having a clean, even edge underneath the bottom of a box. So I would either do that and have my swatch coming up out of the top of it, or I'd hit it in sort of the lower third so there's a very little bit peeking out of the bottom, or even in dead center. I'm fine with all of that. I think I'm going to hit kind of lower third for this example because I'm going to pull in some florals to pair along with this, and just slice this down the middle. Let's tuck some florals in here. And so now we have the swatch coming out of there, and you could also pull in whatever icon for what you want to mark, and add in any additional foiled elements that you might want to incorporate. Let's see here. It's a really cute little butterfly. I just adore that, and I think also just giving a little bit of a color background, because where the butterfly is placed, it's a little bit on the white of the planner, but then there's a little bit of the yellow peeking through the butterfly, which is just so pretty. And I think the thing that I love so much about alcohol ink swatches is, in any stickers that I've had from, because prior to alcohol ink swatches, it was like the brush strokes on transparent matte paper. And what I love about that is just the ability to give myself a nice little wash of color on the page. And in being able to do that, it opens up a lot of fun layering opportunities from there, because it just gives you another option because you're not just working directly on the white paper of the page. So it's just adding a little bit of additional visual interest to it. And that's the thing that I always find is so very fun. With this one, this is actually a full-on circle, and decided to take advantage and play around with that since I had a circle box. And sometimes that is just as much fun to go ahead and put it on the page whole, not even have to worry about cutting anything up. Bring in your floral deco. Oh, that's so stinking cute. Your foil deco, and just decorate it like that. Pull in a little bit of these butterfly clusters, just finish off this adorable little section. So cute. And then we've got our cute little alcohol ink swatch used as a layering element behind our little circle box. So cute. And now I want to take this brush stroke swatch. I want to show another example, again, not cutting it at all, placing it on the page directly. And I'm actually going to use this as a box. I'm not going to layer another box on top of it. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to show an example of what you could do if you decided you just wanted to use this in place of a box. And so what's awesome with any type of transparent matte sticker is if you have script stickers, you can always layer your script stickers right on top because you don't need to write on it. And so then you don't have to worry about, oh, do I have a pen that I could use that will write on this type of paper? Because if you've got a script sticker, then you can just put your script down on top of it and you don't have to worry about that at all. So I'm going to put this down, and also definitely want to like decorate it. So let's add some more to this. Let's see, do I want this little swatch? This feels so cute, but is that too much? I feel like there's a lot going on there. Eek. I don't love that as much as I thought I was going to. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, this is such a cute floral sticker. It's kind of big though. Oh, okay, I like this from this angle. Yeah. Trim that down. Pop that in here. And put down our cute little water plants script. So if you have script stickers, you could absolutely utilize that as a box all by itself, not needing to layer anything on premium matte paper on top of it. And then if you happen to have the type of pen that would allow you to write on transparent matte paper, and you wanted to write on it, you have that option as well. For our next example, I want to show an example of how to incorporate this with foil deco being the focal point, because that's one of the things I feel like I am seeing so much right now. And I think I'm going to cut this like off to the edge, because this is kind of long and I don't need it to be that long. So let's see, let's take a little bit off the edge here. I think I cut that long enough. Hope I didn't cut it too short. We're gonna find out in a second. But I think it'll be good for what I want, because I just want a little bit of a whiff of color. I don't want it to be too much or too overwhelming. And I'm gonna pull in this little window here. And what I really wanted was to just catch a little bit of that yellow color coming through the window, right? So cute. And you have tons of options of different styles of foiled elements, with just some of the examples of different foiled elements and things that we're seeing right now, from Vespas to bicycles to branches to window scenes. We've all of these fun little spring themed foiled images that are floating around, and as seasons shift and change, we'll have summer themed ones and fall themed and winter themed foiled elements. But in having those, all of those fun elements to play around with, I love the idea of being able to utilize the transparent matte stickers behind these foiled elements just to bring in a little bit of a wash of color, because now rather than having our foiled window on a white background, we've got a little bit of that color coming off. And so depending on the placement, you get more or less of that color coming through, right? Because if I bring it over here, then you're only getting that color coming in on just this part. So similar to what was happening with the butterfly up here. So your placement is going to impact how much of the color you're getting and how much you want. Similar to what I did here with this one. This is a window where I just had a little bit of it coming through here, and I just felt like it was a really fun way to layer, to utilize this almost as a large cloud background or just a sky background, because we've got the cloud here with the bird and then the window. And so this pink watercolor swatch, or alcohol ink swatch, I keep using those words interchangeably, apologies for that. I hope I'm not creating any confusion, but I am referring to the alcohol ink swatches. And utilizing that as just sort of a beautiful sunset sky with that wash of pink color. Same thing happening here, where we've got that as sort of a sky element happening, and so you're seeing that just as a background with this window. And then if you're utilizing this in a spread, you can always go ahead and bring in a box here. And this is going to depend on your personal preference. For me, I have no problem like totally covering up the flower box. Putting my little box here so that it's kind of layered over that window. I don't want to cover up too much of the shutters actually, but I don't mind covering up the flower box. So it's going to depend on your layering preferences. Also, you have the option of putting the box underneath this foiled sticker if that is your preference as well. So you could do it either way. You do your box like that, or you have that foiled element coming over the top. But I really like it like this. I've got a little bit of that window peeking out of the top of the box. A little bit of floral deco. I feel like needs to be trimmed down just a bit so I can tuck that in properly. Awesome sauce. And then you could go ahead and just write on your box, fill in whatever it is you want to mark for that day. You can add in an icon if you'd like, if you need it for whatever you're marking for your spread. But it's awesome. There's a lot of fun layering opportunities and a lot of opportunities to play around with some of the different elements and things that we are getting in our collections these days. There's so many just super fun and amazing releases. And I love playing around with all of this stuff. Just gonna play around with another example here of pulling in a foiled element. Layer on top of an alcohol ink swatch along with some florals, and I definitely would just pull in a script to go here. In script, this is off with a little bit of foil cluster. And that's another option for layering alcohol ink swatch with a foiled deco element along with florals and a script. That one gets into a lot of layering. There's a little bit more going on here than we were doing over here, but it just depends on what you want to do, right? So it's totally up to you. There's always ways to sort of step up what you're doing by pulling in additional foiled elements and kind of like, I love that so much. Sorry, just saw that and wanted to add that foiled element there. And so there's so many options. My recommendation is if you're wanting to play around with alcohol ink swatches, incorporate them into your kits, into the boxes that you're already using. Utilize them with the florals that you already have with your kit add-ons and your collections. Utilize them with the different shapes of boxes. Use them on their own. I guess that's what I'm trying to express and share, that you have a lot of options to incorporate this not only into your day cover deco area or your sidebar, your monthly section, but you can pull it into your columns and use it to play around and add a little bit of additional interest to what's going on in your day-to-day elements as well. So those are my tips and techniques on how to incorporate alcohol ink swatches into your spreads. Obviously, there's so many more things that you could do. So play around with it, have fun with it. You're going to come up with tons of great and wonderful ideas. I hope that this was helpful in just sharing a few ideas. If you would, and again, if you have any questions or if there's anything more that you want to know about this, go ahead and leave that in the comments. I may have to come back and do another video to go over and cover some more things. And if that's the case, I don't mind doing that. But I did want to go ahead and share this because I did get a request to share some ideas on how to incorporate alcohol ink swatches into a spread. And so I really hope that this video was helpful in answering that question. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will see you next video. Okay, gonna turn the camera back on because I just want to finish up this page. I don't think I'm going to add any more techniques or teach anything else, but I do want to finish up this page so that when I take my pictures, so that when I post and share this on Instagram, this spread is a little bit finished. Okay, lifting up this giant floral sticker is just not easy at all. This is so many detailed cuts to it, and I don't want to accidentally rip it. Whoa, that is a big one. Okay, that is a giant floral sticker. I was going to try to put it sideways, but I think I'm just going to have to put this horizontally. Let's see. Can I just get rid of some of that? I love these floppy stickers, floppy petals. So yeah, definitely gonna try to line this up here, keep as much of my floppy petals as possible because they are adorbs. Let's see if I can tuck this into the corner. I feel like that cut was not as straight as I thought it might be, but that's okay. Oh, so cute. Okay, I do like that quite a bit. See, I literally just said, I don't think I'm going to add any more alcohol ink swatches to this. So here I go thinking, yeah, I might. Because it would be cute to just give it a little bit more color down here. Should we add some more color to this? Sure we should. Awesome. Please don't rip this flower. Please don't rip this flower. Please don't rip this flower. Of course. Of course, of course. Right. And now let's neaten up this edge. So get this placed down properly. Let's get a nice straight cut here. I love these foiled brush strokes. Totally forgot I put them on my new freebie for Sadie stickers. Love that. I love that. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, so just I really wanted to finish up my sidebar. I don't think I'm going to touch this third column at all. Do I want to drop something over here? Sure. Why not? What? I don't know. Definitely think I'm going to just like grab one of these. I think that's really tall. That's a lot taller than I thought it was. Okay, let's lift that back up. And that was a terrible cut, like not even a little bit good. This is cheers to the blooper reel, because that's what all of this is at this point. We're just, this is just Tay not trying to be like a whole mess and yet still just being a whole mess. It's just what's happening right now. This is me just being like, oh, let's just drop some stickers on the page, see what happens. What could possibly go wrong? That's always like one of those sentences where you're just like, everything could go wrong. How could you ask that question? Because like the moment you do, that's when everything goes wrong, right? It's just like, don't ask that. What was it like? God, I'm about to like say the nerdiest sentence ever. Thor in Age of Ultron, where he goes, "Is that the best you can do?" And you're just like, bruh, you had to ask. It's just like you already know, if you are in any type of superhero movie scenario, you don't ask that question. That's when the bad guy is just gonna like throw everything at you. That's what happens in a superhero movie when that question is asked. So yeah. Oh, fun. I didn't do this, but now I want to. Okay, so I'm gonna put down I'm gonna move this box. This is super adorable, but like I don't really, this isn't really adding anything to the page, but I like totally just realized one of my favorite things to do is also to make dividers. And shut up, I have another little hot air balloon. cute. I cannot even. Okay, so got my other little hot air balloon. I'm gonna pull in one of these thin strips. What color? What color? This color. Fabulosity. I'm gonna push this down just a bit because I'm gonna make my own divider here, and I'm gonna start by putting that down. And you know the florals are coming because that's how Tay rolls. Let's see. I need some florals where I can cut like a nice thin sliver. I mean, my goodness, that is super cute. I love the direction those florals are going in. It's like very fun. Very, very fun. Okay. And then let's see. Let's lift this because I want to tuck this right in here and see. Yes! Super, super cute! And is life complete without a dot cluster? It's not. It's just not. Let's just settle that now. Or life may be complete, but my planner spreads most certainly aren't. Super cute. So that's another technique and method of incorporating in your cute little alcohol ink swatches. You can use them to layer under florals. If you make your own dividers, this could be going in either direction. I actually have it going top down, but you could also just like totally flip it upside down and use that with the little thin strip divider as your base, and have the florals and things oriented so it's pointing upward. I liked it coming top down. I thought that was cute and fun. And let's finish off this particular column. Our little Vespa, because I mean, I guess I can't have too many Vespas in one spread. Oh no, oh yes I can, because now I've got like one here, I'm not putting another one here. Well, that sucks. I was very much really looking forward to using that sticker because it was exciting to me. So that was cute. So now I have to make a different choice. So let's take this cute little oval sticker. I think we will go ahead and throw in another swatchy swatch. I love this because I have this coming down from the top. I think I'm going to have one coming up from the bottom and just sort of bookend that concept of what's going on there, where we've got, we're sandwiching in this area with watercolor swatches. So cute. No, definitely want those florals going the other direction because I have florals over here, so I want to turn this so the florals are on this side so that those florals are at a diagonal. Otherwise that was going to drive me nuts. So I think something is okay. Just trying to figure out placement here because something was feeling off. Oh, it's too far in. I need this to come to the corner. It's giving a weird shape with this oval layered on top of it, and so rather than keeping in this section where this comes off, I need this color running all the way to the edge. So I'm gonna have to push this out a bit because I can't have that shape coming down underneath that oval. I did not love that as much. I needed that running all the way to the edge of the page for my personal preference. And I always try to stress that, especially when I'm doing Planning 101 class, because I don't want it to ever feel like anything I'm sharing is like a hard and fast rule. everything I'm always sharing are simply tips and techniques that amount to suggestions, right? And so what works for me may be different for you. You may like something a little bit different, and that is not only fine, it's ideal, it's preferred, it's the way it should be. This is all about making something that works for you and your planner and making you happy with your spread. So there's no wrong way for you to plan in your planner. You should be doing what's making you happy and creating spreads that you think are beautiful. And so that is the most important thing. And what makes me happy is throwing a bunch of butterflies on everything. Clearly, because that's what's happening here. Look how cute that is. Ah! Okay, yeah. That's what makes me happy. Happy, happy, happy. Okay, and I feel like I want to do this just because I really want to finish off this section. This doesn't technically have anything else to do with like the layering of the alcohol ink swatches, because I don't think I'm going to pull in one here, but I want to finish off this section with what's going on around my hot air balloons and just playing another thin strip divider. So cute, and that ties back into what we have going on at the top with the garlands. So cute. I want to lift this because I don't want the box covering that at all. There we go. Wowza. Sit down. Let's add a flower there. And we all saw this butterfly coming, right? We all saw the butterfly coming. We knew. There it goes. Okay. All right. Now, see, that makes me happy that now when I am done and go to take my pictures of it so that I can share this, I have given lots of fun examples, and we finished this page so that way I can take pictures of it, share it on Instagram, post it, and make the cover photo for this video, and it is good and ready to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this blooper section of this video. That was fun and random, and so and literally like the easiest part of this video to film was like the point at which I had like officially was like done, and then just went into, whew, okay, I can breathe now and I can just do stuff. Because it is so, like, I get so nervous. These are really hard to do, just from this perspective of like trying to like calm my nerves down and just be like, okay, you can do this, Tay, just go. And so like a lot of what I'm doing is just giving myself a little emotional pep talk for so much of this stuff. So then it's like you get to the end and you're just like, whoosh, oh, I feel better. All right, I can go now. I did it. So I really hope this was helpful. It means so much to me. I really do love sharing these tips and techniques. I love this hobby. I pour my heart into this community, and you guys in this hobby, it means so much to me. I appreciate you and thank you all for watching my videos. If you've watched all the way to the end, you are incredible, and I can't even. I will continue to do this for as long as I can and share as much of my gratitude and appreciation for the planner community as possible. And I know I feel like for myself, I feel like I complain a lot about the editing process and everything that goes into trying to make this fit into my life schedule, because it's not easy to crank out these videos consistently. But I am truly grateful for this hobby, and anything I'm able to do to contribute to it, I'm proud to do, and hope that at the end of the day, when all is said and done, I am remembered as, one, a crazy sticker lady, and two, someone who loved the planner community and the people in it, and tried to do her best to just contribute to being a good member of this community. I love you guys. Have a great day.